United Nations General Assembly has elected Casa Korosi as humanitarian diplomat as president of the 77th Assembly. The 193-member body picked the new leader after Abdullahi Sahid, president of the 76th session, finished his one-year term. Yahya Jammeh tells us more of that in this report.
Saba Korosi is now President of the United Nations 77th General Assembly with effect on Tuesday, September 13, 2022. Mr. Korosi will serve as President of the Assembly until September 2023. He served as Hungary's envoy to the United Nations from 2010 to 2014.
I, Saba Korosi, solemnly declare that I shall truthfully perform my duties and exercise the functions entrusted to me as President of the General Assembly of the United Nations in all loyalty, discretion, and conscience.
The 76th session has now been closed and the 77th reopened, with President Saba Korosi taking his oath of allegiance to serve with dignity and orders. Speaking to journalists at the United Nations House, President Korosi presented a motto he called Solutions Through Solidarity, Sustainability and Conscience.
We must continue to reform and transform the United Nations, including the General Assembly, and strengthen our cooperation through trust. The motto of my presidency will be Solutions Through Solidarity, Sustainability and Science. This is why I have decided that the central theme of this general debate will be, quote, a watershed moment, transformative solutions to interlocking challenges, unquote.
The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres draws back on the challenges the world faced during the previous year.
Like the previous one, this session was marked by a series of deepening challenges. Rising prices, the erosion of purchasing power, growing food insecurity, and the gathering shadows of a global recession. A global pandemic that refused to be defeated, and the emergence of another health emergency in monkeypox, and deadly heat waves, storms, floods, and other natural disasters. I just came back from Pakistan. It's unimaginable to see a flooded area that is 3 times the size of my own country, Portugal, and the suffering of the people that is taking place.
Mr. Guterres also highlighted ferocious conflicts that are putting millions of lives in jeopardy, deepening poverty and inequality that continues to impede recovery and development, and a morally bankrupt global financial system that penalizes developing countries and blocks their path to sustainable recovery. On his last meeting as President of the 76th General Assembly, Abdullah Sahid said he had promised a presidency of hope built on 5 rays of hope.
Recovering from COVID-19, rebuilding sustainably, responding to the needs of the planet, respecting the rights of all, and revitalizing the United Nations. And every day for the past 365 days, my team and I worked to deliver on this vision. We convened 103 formal plenary meetings and adopted 307 resolutions and 140 decisions.
The United Nations General Assembly is the main policy-making organ of the organization. Comprising all member states, it provides a unique forum for multilateral discussion of the full spectrum of international issues covered by the Charter of the United Nations. The Assembly meets in different sessions from September to December each year, and thereafter as required. It discusses specific issues through dedicated agenda items or sub-items which lead to the adoption of resolutions. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Yahya Jammeh.